We got 4 more Mac tips you may not know. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so if you've watched my channel before, you know I've done a ton of different videos on Mac tips or tricks, things like that. Well, it's getting harder and harder to find some new ones over the years here, but I think I have 4 more here for you, and I want to keep it short, obviously, so I'm only going to do 4 so you can remember them. Also, this very first one we're going to start with is for a Mac with a trackpad, so it's going to be like a MacBook or something. So without further ado, let's jump into it. 4 more tips, see how many you know. Okay, tip number 1. So if you have a MacBook and you have a trackpad, we all know there's some gestures you can set up. People love the different gestures on the trackpad, and you can find those in the settings. But there's one that's kind of tucked away that's hidden, and I want to show it to you. And I use it every single day, but a lot of people, I'd say 50% of people don't know it exists. So take a look over here. So the very first thing I want to show you is if you want to drag a window around, we do this all the time. You know, you have to drag the window. You can see it dragging around here. But you have to usually click on the left button. Click on it, and then you basically, with your right hand, you moved kind of the window around. So you're basically using 2 hands to drag that window around. It's kind of cumbersome. There's a much easier way to do this. Let me just show you. Okay, so all we have to do now is if you open up your settings, click on accessibility over here, and then scroll all the way down here. And what you're looking for down here is pointer control. See it right here? Click on pointer control. And then inside of here, there's this trackpad options. It's kind of tucked in here, hidden. Click on that. Now the funny thing down here is it says use trackpad for dragging. See this right here? You want to turn that on. So turn that on first, and then this other menu opens up down here. Click on that and then say 3-finger drag, all right? And then click OK. So now I'm going to just kind of minimize this. So now all you have to do is instead of using the 2 different hands to kind of maneuver the window, just take 3 fingers now, and you just basically go up to on the top of the menu up here, wherever you want to be, put the cursor there, and then just use 3 fingers. And you can easily, with those 3 fingers, drag it around. So you don't have to use your left hand. You can use your right hand just to drag the windows around, just with 3 fingers, instead of kind of scrolling and doing all the other stuff you have to do. Just give it a shot. It's really cool. It helps you, and I use it every single day because you just kind of, you can drag any window around without using 2 hands. And you just have to try it to see how helpful it is. Give it a shot. Okay, for tip number 2, I think we all know how to zoom in and zoom out on a web page to see the text, but there's a kind of a hidden command in here where you can actually, it's called hover text, and it shows you snippets of the text hovered above, like kind of the rest of the text. It's really cool. So let me just show you what this is. I get some use out of it from time to time. It's really easy to turn on. Maybe this isn't the best example, but if you have bad eyes or something, maybe you're reading this text on this page here, and this one's really small down here, and you're having trouble seeing the small text. Imagine it being even smaller. What you want to do in here is you just go into kind of accessibility right here. So inside of your settings, click on accessibility. Then you go down to hover text. See it right here? Click on that. And then right here at the top, it says hover text. It says press, basically, this is going to be the command key to display a large text area. So let me just show you what this is, and it'll make more sense. So you turn that on right there. You can go ahead and close your settings down. Now watch this. Now obviously if I hover over this text, it's not going to do anything. But if I hold that command key down first, now you got to hold the command key down first before you go over the text, all right? So hold the command key down, then go over the text. Look what happens. It brings up the text in way bigger so you can actually read it. You can do this with anything. So you have to hold down command and then hover over the text. Look at that. It gives you bigger text. Now if I actually go over the text, click command, nothing's going to happen. You have to actually be off the text, hold down command, and then just hover over it. It's going to give you a much bigger representation of the text there. So it's for really, really small stuff. And all you have to do is remember, like, just leave that setting on, and then just hold, basically you click the command key and go to the text. It's going to hover it up big. So if you have some small sections from time to time, you don't have to zoom in and then zoom out. It's just an easy way to do it, and not many people know that exists. Okay, tip number 3 is a really small one again, but it helps me every single day because it's just an annoyance. Let me just show you what I mean over here. If you look at this window, you'll notice that the scroll bar is missing over here, right? The only way to get that scroll bar to come up is if you start scrolling, see how it shows up over here? Then you can click on it and grab it and drag it down and up. But if you let go of it for a second, it's going to just disappear on you. See how it disappears? Now, obviously, it's not that hard to kind of move down or up, grab it, but it also shows you how much more is left on the page. See how it's this distance? You can see that there's, it basically tells you how much more text is on the page there also. So I like to always have that scroll bar on. I don't like it to kind of fade away. Good way to do this is definitely, check this out. You go into settings down here, just scroll all the way down to appearance and settings, see it right there, and then go all the way down to the bottom down here, and then it says right here, show scroll bars, and just turn it to always right there. Now watch what happens. You're going to see over here, but when I click this always, it just clicks on the big, it's way bigger scroll bar as well. So I'm going to minimize that. So now look at this thing will never go away. It's way thicker. You can grab it way easier. Actually, I missed it there, but you can grab it way easier. You can also scroll it, but it's just not going to go away. And that's the key there. So it's always going to be there. It's going to be thicker, wider. It's just easier to use. And as soon as you go to a website, you can instantly see how long that website is because, obviously that scroll bar gets really small if it's a long page and it's pretty thick if it's not. So overall, just a quick tip. Okay, tip number 4 can save you kind of in a crunch here. I'm going to show it to you in Pages here, but it can work in Numbers and a whole bunch of different Apple apps out there as well. So obviously if you're creating, let me just show you a Pages document, and you've had a bunch of iterations here, but now you're like, oh my God, I got to go way back. I missed something. I want to go way back to a version way further that I had maybe yesterday or something. Well, number 1, you could obviously do this with Time Machine. You can go in, if you're doing backups, you can go ahead and pick out the Time Machine, but that's a lot of work. I don't know. A lot of people know this exists, but I think about 50% don't. So there's actually version control built into this. So if you're here in Pages over here, on basically all apps, what you have to do over here is just go into File over here, see it over here, click on File. It's kind of hidden. It says Revert To right there. So click on Revert To, and not click on it, just hover over it. And then just say Browse All Versions. Take a look here. Now watch, I'm going to click on that. Now it's going to take a couple seconds here for some reason, but it brings open a screen like this, right? And there's some arrows way over here. And all you have to do is just start clicking on these arrows. Now watch what happens. If I click on it, it's going to go through all of my versions, all the versions I saved, all of the ones it saved itself, all the way back to the beginning. So this is maybe the beginning one. And then you just go down here and click Restore like this, and watch what happens. It's going to change that right back to that version. So it's got version control built into all the different Mac apps, and you don't have to go back into kind of Time Machine to get all that stuff. So it can save you in a pinch. Try it with Numbers or Pages, and you can see all those versions. It just keeps it in memory. Really cool. So overall, I thought that was good. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up. That's enough to learn in one day. I like to keep it short, 3 to 4, so people don't forget them. Anyways, I'm trying to find some new ones out there. Tell me how many of these you knew. I bet you probably most people knew maybe 50%. A couple of those I'm sure you did not know. But post in the comments. Be truthful. We will talk to you guys in the next one. See you soon. Peace.